Can't think of words today. Oh my god. Hey guys, so today I thought it might be fun to do a bit of a horror Halloween type themed tag video. It's been a while since I've done a tag video and I found a really fun looking one. So it's called the Spooky Halloween Tag Question. It's like 30 of them. I'm going to try to answer all of them. So the first one is favorite horror or Halloween themed song. My favorite horror themed song. Now this isn't a song that is from a horror film. It's a horror-ish type song. Would probably have to be The Curse of Millhaven by Nick Cave and the Bad Seed. If you haven't heard that song, you 100% should. Highly suggest you listen to it. It's really good. It's actually based off of a play. And yeah, I love that song. For anybody who's heard it, totally creepy. Love it. Okay, number 2. Name something you wouldn't want to run into in the dark forest or in an abandoned building. Rapist. I mean, I don't want to run into one of those anywhere. But yeah, that was, as a woman, is one of her constant everyday fears. 3. Have you ever played with the Ouija board? I have not. My mom disencouraged me from playing with Ouija boards when I was younger, so I just never did it. I almost had the chance to do it as a teen. I was like, nope, not doing it. I think they're awesome. I love the aesthetic of a Ouija board, but no, I've never played with one. Don't really plan to, at least not in my own home. Favorite horror monster or villain? Obviously, my favorite villain are any of the ghost faces. I'd say my favorite horror monster is really like any vampire film monster. My favorite horror monster, I guess. The creepiest thing that's ever happened while you were alone. Can't really say that there's anything like super spooky scary that's happened to me personally when I've been alone. The house I lived in when we were younger was haunted, and stuff would happen to like my parents, but nothing really like to myself. More just like mentally freaking myself out after watching a horror film is usually like the only thing. So 6. If you were dared to spend the night in a haunted house, would you do it? Probably not by myself. If I had someone with me, maybe that could be pretty fun, but I don't know as though I would ever do it by myself. Are you superstitious? Somewhat, yeah, to an extent. I mean, obviously, like, I have a black cat, so I'm not like, oh, black cats are bad luck. In some cultures, they're actually considered good luck. I would say, like, you know, opening an umbrella inside, walking under, like, a ladder, spilling salt, things like that. Yeah, I would say sort of in the sense of those things, but not like really super superstitious. I don't do anything like, some people who watch football teams, if they're doing something when their team wins, they're like, oh, we have to do that every single time they play now, or anything like that. I don't have anything superstitious like that I do. So, yes, no, but kind of. Do you ever see figures in your peripheral vision? Yeah, but it's usually just like a dark blur, and for me personally, I'm not like, oh my god, it's something that's there. I'm just like, oh, is this It's your peripheral vision that happens. I don't really ever think that it's anything like a figure. And it's like, oh, I just saw something out of the corner of my eye or whatever. So I do, but I'm not like freaked out about it. Which urban legend scares you the most? Um, well, a lot of the urban legends that I can think of are not like actual urban legends. They're like, well, they're like urban legends that are based off of stuff that has actually happened. So I guess kind of like the babysitter alone and there's someone in the house kind of thing is freaky, but I don't babysit. I'm kind of boring answering these. I'm sorry. I don't really have any urban legends that like scare me that I can really think of. I guess like the idea that someone could be like living in your house and you wouldn't know freaks me out. We have like there's like this hole in the wall in the closet and it's there's nothing back there. But I'm like somebody could be living in there and we wouldn't know. So I don't really have an urban legend that freaks me out. Do you prefer gore or thrillers? Both. Definitely gore. I like a good slasher film, obviously. Thrillers are fun. They can be. I prefer gore over a thriller. A combination is always lovely, but gore for sure. Do you believe in multiple dimensions or worlds? So I watch a lot of videos on this. Fall down the rabbit hole of YouTube of watching conspiracy theory videos. I don't know, to be honest. There's kind of this idea that technology has grown so quickly, like just over like the 27 years that I've been alive. There's people that believe that we could just be like a simulation of the past. There's people in the future who are making like a Sims type reality, virtual reality, and we are just that virtual reality, and they're playing us type stuff. And it could be possible. Do I technically believe that we are? No, not really. So, I mean, I guess I kind of believe that there could be multiple universes. I do, like, I don't know if they're gonna ask this question. I do believe that we're not the only people on the planet. I think believing that we are is naive. So yeah, I guess there could be multiple dimensions or worlds. I just don't know. I don't worry about it. Ever made a potion of any sort? No. I have a friend that does, but I don't. Do you get scared easily? Not really. I used to when I was much younger. It takes a lot in a film to scare me. I tend to be like post-watching scared. I don't so much get scared while I'm watching, but then sometimes if I'm like, well, I'm in the house after I've watched the movie, I'm like, oh, well, no. I'm freaked out and scared. And it all depends on what I've watched as well. So, no, I don't really get scared easily. I mean, well, I guess it's kind of a lie. I don't necessarily get scared of films and stuff easily, but like I could hear you coming up behind me, and if you were like, boo, I'll still just like jump. So yes and no combination, but I'm gonna stick with my original answer and say no, not really. Have you ever played Bloody Mary? Hell no. I have no plans to play any of those sort of make them come alive or come through the mirror type games. Nope, 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 nope. Do you believe in demons / the devil? Whew, that's a deep one. I feel like that one's kind of hard to answer because I'm not really religious. So there's like that part of me that like demons go along with and the devil tend to go along with the religion. I'm gonna go ahead and say no. This may be a question in here as well. I do kind of believe in ghosts There could be, people who haven't crossed over to another side or whatever. And there could be bad people who get stuck, but no. I do not necessarily believe in demons or the devil. You're home alone, but you hear footsteps in your house. What do you do? If I hear a noise in my house, I'm gonna assume it's one of my cats. We have 3 cats and a hedgehog. They're always making noise. If there's some noise made in the house, I'm going to assume it's one of them. But sometimes I do freak myself out and think I'm hearing some of their noise. I usually just don't do anything about it. I'm like, there's somebody in the house. It's like, where am I gonna go? I'm not gonna desert my stuff and my pets. If you got trapped in one scary movie, which would you choose? I guess I would want to get trapped in scary movies. Just because they're like comedy films. But I guess I have to answer the question correctly. I guess if I was going to get trapped in one scary movie, it would have to be the Scream films. I would hope that I would maybe make it out alive. Like, am I the main character? Am I just friends with Sydney Prescott? So many unanswered questions to that question. I guess I would choose Scream. If you could only wear one Halloween costume for the rest of your life, what would it be? I guess I could go off of Wednesday Addams and just be like, I'm a psychopath. We look like everybody else. Again, that's kind of cheating the question. Let me see. If I had to wear one Halloween costume for the rest of my life, what would it be? It's a hard question because you could really be anything. I guess this isn't really a horror answer, but I guess Spider-Man suit. If I could be Spider-Man for the rest of my life, that would be pretty awesome. Except for that might be kind of hot. I've heard like the movie was pretty uncomfortable, so maybe Ghostface, because I can just take off the mask. And yeah, I'd have to wear like the whole black thing, but at least I could take off the mask, you know? Would you ever go to a graveyard at night? Yeah, I have. When I was younger, we lived near a graveyard. I used to go there with my friends all the time. And then my sister used to live near one. It was like basically her backyard. So yeah, graveyards don't really freak me out that much. I want to be with someone just because, like, as a woman, I don't want to be alone at night anyway. A zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice? I guess I would have to say, gun? Because I feel like anything else that you choose, you're gonna have to get close to the zombie. Now, granted, like with a gun, you would have to have enough bullets to constantly reload. So, but I still feel like gun would be best choice. That or maybe like frying pan, machete. Would you rather go to a Halloween party or go trick-or-treating? Well, I love a good old trick-or-treat, but I guess now that I'm an adult, Halloween party? I mean, granted, like, I would prefer just to not do either. I would prefer to probably stay home and watch movies. But yeah, I guess I would have to say Halloween party, because going trick-or-treating would be a little bit weird as an adult. Or in a horror movie, are you the final girl, the first to die, the comic relief, the skeptic, smart one, or the killer? Ooh, I would say probably. That's a hard one. Well, I guess I would want to be the killer. Just because I wouldn't want to die, and I feel like I would probably be the first to die. Though I could be the final girl. Like, you could think, oh, she's definitely gonna die early on, and then I don't. But I guess I would prefer to be the killer so I didn't have to die. But then I have to kill people. We'll go with the killer. Do you have to watch something happy after watching horror movies so that you can go to sleep? I mean, I don't have to. I usually do, depending on the film. So if it's something I've seen like a million times, like Scream films, no, not really. But if it's something that actually kind of freaked me out, usually, yeah, I'll watch something. Which usually I just kind of like put on something happy to fall asleep to anyway. I'll usually put on like Golden Girls or a comedy special on Netflix. John Mulaney's my main man. Love him. So yeah, I usually do either way. But I don't like have to. Whilst watching scary movies, are you the person who yells at the character, person with their eyes covered the whole time, or the person who falls asleep? If I'm by myself, sometimes I don't necessarily yell at the screen, but I do talk to myself quite a bit. I am like I talk during films. I'm horrible. No, if I go to a movie theater, I usually don't like talk out loud. But yeah, I would say if I had to choose one, probably the person who yells at the character. Are you the one who gets scared or the one who does the scaring? I guess I don't know. I guess for this particular question, I would say get scared. Don't really like try to scare people. So, favorite scary book. Don't know as though I necessarily have one. If I had to pick a favorite scary book, I guess Stephen King's Carrie. Really anything from Stephen King. If I had to choose one, I'd say Carrie the Scary Book. How old were I really don't read that much. It's kind of bad, but how old were you when you saw your first horror film? So I remember watching Poltergeist, and I've talked about this before, watching Poltergeist when I was really young. I don't know how old I was, but I do remember watching it when I was really young because I always remembered the clown. Freaked me out. So yeah, when did that movie come out? I don't know, but I would have been really, really young when I saw that. But the first one that I remember, like really sitting down to watch that my parents were like, for whatever reason, allowed me to watch was the first Final Destination, which came out like early 2000s. So I would have been like 10 or 11 when I saw that, somewhere around there. So yeah, like that's the first one that I can remember sitting down to watch. And that was a dumb idea because I was terrified of everything for like forever. What was your first Halloween costume? My first ever one? I'm pretty sure my mom, the only one that I can really remember seeing pictures of was my mom dressed me as a clown when I was little. Which, I hate clowns. Ugh, I don't know why she dressed me as a clown. That's the only one that I really remember, like, seeing photos of. It's me as a clown. What are you going to be for Halloween this year? I actually don't know yet. I still haven't decided what I want to be. I have an idea in my brain. I kind of want to be a dead zombie cheerleader based off the movie Cheerleaders All Die, but I feel like nobody's gonna get that it's a movie reference. They're just gonna think, oh, I'm just like a dead cheerleader. So I haven't decided yet. I know we got time, but I need to get on this. If you could have a spooky Halloween pet, black cat, owl, bat, rat, wolf, blah blah, what would you pick? So I already have a black cat, who I love, who is sitting right there. Come in. Oh, this is my big girl. Yes, my big girl. So I already have a black cat. Okay, I put you down. So if I could pick something other than having a black cat, which I already have, I guess a bat. A bat would be really cool. Though bats aren't meant to be pets. I know this. I would never actually get one. But if I could, probably a bat. That would be awesome. So that is all of the questions. I will leave a link to the website where I got the questions down below. Feel free to let me know if you do the video. Tag me if you do. And I will definitely check it out. But hope you guys enjoyed this. That was fun. I love doing stuff like that. I would love to eventually be able to do a Q&A at some point. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Make sure that you give this a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe for more horror and Halloween type related content. Guys, have a good day.